I'm Stephanie Carlson on the exhibit floor at ACE16. I'm here with Greg Land with Master Meter. We're talking about the Sonata. Tell me what it is and what are some of its features?
Well, Master Meter is very proud to release our residential ultrasonic water meter, which is the Sonata. And for the past 7 years, we've already been in ultrasonic flow measurement with our Octave commercial and industrial water meter. So we're taking the same principles and applying that now to the residential field. The Sonata is more than just a water meter. We provide more than just a read. We can give so much smart data in providing an IoT-ready device that can notify real-time alarms to the utility that chooses to use Sonata. We can also help reduce some of their non-revenue water to make them more accountable.
How does the Sonata help a utility address non-revenue water loss?
Well, one of the features that we're really excited about is the tamper alarm. And a tamper alarm is basically based off of an accelerometer placed in the meter. An accelerometer, if you're not familiar with it, is a device that can help determine your position, or it can identify if you are shifting or moving. We've seen it in our phones when we take our maps, and as we turn, the arrow moves with us, or if we're playing a game and you move the car or the character just by movement of your hands instead of hitting a button. That's from an accelerometer. Placing that in the Sonata, what we're able to do is if somebody was to be, we'll say shady, for using the polite word here, and they're stealing water. So if they were to turn water off and remove the meter and place in what we call a jumper or another pipe, then they would get free water during that time. And as a utility, you wouldn't realize that that water was being stolen because you would have a zero consumption, which is normal. Everyday life, we have hours of no consumption. But with the accelerometer, we can actually identify that the meter has been shifted and moved out of place, and we can send an alarm back to the utility. So if they are using our AMI system, Harmony and Allegro, then they can get, they have the option of getting real-time notification of some of these alarms that come out of the water meter. So they can actually go out on site and actually catch someone in the act of stealing water.
How do you see IoT being used in the water industry?
IoT, or the Internet of Things, for those that are not familiar with it, is something we're starting to see more and more in the digital world we live in. Everybody is used to real-world connectivity. None of us can imagine being an hour without our phone. We go crazy. And in the water industry, this is a concept we're going to bring in the measurement meters, flow meters, as well as an AMI system. When you think about immediate interaction with your water meter to actually know if you have a burst pipe, if you have a leak, if you have a freeze alert, or even if somebody's stealing water for you, those kind of things can be delivered back to the person that needs to make a decision about what to do, whether that be the homeowner who has a burst pipe and they have to turn their water off, or the utility.
Master Meter has a reputation for innovative technology. What else does the Sonata do that's different and we haven't seen before?
Yeah, actually, it's something that we're also excited about is our patent-pending flow tube. That is where the water is actually measured in the meter, and what makes it so unique is that when you put it into a very small size like residential, you don't have a lot of real estate to measure that sound wave that's traveling in the pipe. So you typically do it by measuring in the direction of the flow and then back. Now, the advantage that we have with the Sonata is that many people have to be creative by putting reflectors in the pipe. So you can take that sound wave and send it one way and then back the other. With Sonata, we've taken the sound wave, or the reflectors and the transducers, and shifted them to the side of the pipe. So the advantage is that we have no obstructions in the center pipe, which reduces head loss, reduces risk of damage to those components in there. But another thing that it does is that in a water system, sometimes you have little air bubbles that might ride in the top of the pipe. And if your transducers are in the top of the pipe, that can interfere with accurate flow measurement. By moving them to the sides, we take it out of that weak zone that could be inherent in any water system.
All right, well, it sounds like a great product. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.